speaking of hip hop, I mean, well, I say hip hop because Joey Badass is also a hip hop artist, if you know, and he actually dissed Kendrick Lamar. He's not right in the head. But anyway, he literally isn't right in the head. Well, his character, should I say? Um, but by the way, my name is Versatile, aka the Alkebulan trust and we can trust when it comes to all things reaction. Right now, we're going to react to um how Drake's TM just got leaked and it's horrible. I think this is this one, or there's another one that was released not too long ago. Okay, how another leak just exposed Drake for. Okay, we're gonna watch this one instead. I like to watch the most updated one. All right. So if you're a Drake, so
Now,
if you're a hip hop
currently
fan,
with Drake, what is clear is that as he is trying to play a game right now, that he just doesn't have the
hip hop,
ability to
subscribe,
win,
man, let's
because
go.
with every single claim that he is pushing out about his label, Kendrick Lamar, and Not Like Us, there is something new that is getting exposed on his end that is way worse than you could ever imagine. And now after Drake's DMs coming out and showing us how much of a
Hang on. Wait. We gotta read what that says. That says, hold on, let me click here. Okay. It's not like my phone. I can't. Yeah. It says trying to be a podcast poetic, trying to be a podcast poetic. No, I'm saying I was just thinking to myself, like, who even really trying to deep what they're saying? We edited out so much. The one girl was was the one girl was like, I was 14 and my huh? Okay. And the thing is, there may be leaked DMs, but are these DMs really his? Do you know what I mean? We got to think about that for another moment. Hit the subscribe button and the notification. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Like, end of the day, I just feel like, by the way, I feel like when it comes down to it, you know what I mean? Anything could be curated in a way where it may seem like it's real. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, I told you, Drake is this, Drake is that." I'm not gonna do that. I'm not doing that. All right, but I will be honest and be like, I don't know. You know what I mean? We've seen video evidence of him on stage doing certain things. We've seen um Kendrick, not even Kendrick. Well, yeah, Kendrick kind of exposing Drake, but it's like as much as Kendrick was exposing Drake, these information was already out there, like UMG already said. And even with Millie Bobby Brown's situation, the fact that they said, when she was a minor, that brother, like I'm telling you, it's crazy.
of a weirdo he is. Even worse than that, and what may just ruin not just his career, but whatever has been left of his rap legacy, is that when it comes to Drake and how he makes his music, multiple new reference tracks are coming to light, and these are not for songs that are featuring Drake with the melodies or anything like that, but these are Drake's timestamp records and some of his most personal lyrical songs, and if what we are seeing about Drake being this much of a fraud is even a little true, well then everything is about to get worse in ways we could have never predicted. And how before we go any further into all of this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And now, as the Drake fans and OVO are trying to hide everything about this coming out because it is showing that their guy is the biggest fake in hip-hop history possible, it has really never been more important to leave that like. And so now with that said, when it comes to Drake, while the situation is certainly a strange one and in typical fashion in this time, the entire Drake community is running around and just saying that this is all fake and it's not real without giving it any sort of thought. At this point with where we are at, I don't think any new low is off the table for Drake, and especially one that's around ghostwriting, because when it comes to how Drake goes about pulling talent to create his songs, the general formula he has utilized is to straight up take big artist styles when it's a more melodic song like he has done with people like Lil Yachty or Party Next Door multiple times, and of course we have seen so many reference tracks from artists like those come out for melodic Drake songs, but when it's a lyrical song, Drake tends to find guys who are relatively unknown, and pretty much their role is to become Drake and write as him, because this is a pen that nobody recognizes, and therefore nobody is generally able to tell that it's not Drake. And while this was once Quentin Miller and we found out everything that happened there when he was beefing with Meek Mill, possibly even worse than that, we are finding out now that Drake may have had another ghostwriter who was doing even more baffling work for Drake in terms of what it all meant for his rap life.
What did Kendrick say in Euphoria? It's not 20v1, it's 1v20. Even if I have to listen, let me get the lyrics out, man. Like, let me get the lyrics up. I don't think you understand. Yeah. It's not 1v20. Hold on. So ain't one ain't 20v1, it's what 1v20, even if I got a smack ninjas as that right for you. Wait. I need to get the full lyrics. Okay. Ain't 20v1, it's 1v20. If I got a smack ninjas that right with you, yeah, bring them out too. I clean them out too. Tell Beam that he better stay right with you. Am I am I battling a ghost or AI? Named to feeling like Hell Austin. Fun he even was in the film called AI. And my sixth sense is telling me to off him. I listen. I listen. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Listen.
legacy, because currently, some apparent reference tracks have been released for Drake's timestamp records from a mysterious user. And now, before going any further into this, to add context to this, a lot of this situation really seems to be like a parallel to the whole situation where a user was revealing that he had items that were on the Meet the Grams cover and nobody knew what any of this meant, other than that Drake was just caught lying there about everything he said with the Hard Part 6, and very similar here. This new mysterious user posted a reference track for one of Drake's most iconic songs and best songs ever, really, in 5 a.m. in Toronto. And of course, we hear this unknown MC rapping in Drake's flow and putting out all of the quotables that Drake ended up seemingly taking to make this song. And again, while this is all happening right now and the user has still not revealed all of his information, and at that, the way this is all being presented is so cryptic. What we do know is that the reference tracks are from a rapper named Moolah, who is not the user who is giving us all of this information, but has been a ghostwriter for Drake for a certain period of time. And now the reference tracks did not stop there, as there was another one he released which was for Drake's 4.
And what did Kendrick say in 616 in LA? And it's so ironic. Timestamp. You think, listen, everything that's happening right now is not like, I don't think. Hey, listen. If you're a Drake fan, yeah, hey, listen, you already know how prophetic Drake is not, but you already know how prophetic Kendrick is, right? I have to be careful with my lyrics, like my lyrics. Be careful with my words, just danily fumble my words. But yeah, like it says, where is it? So, where is it? So, where is it? So, there's something he said here. Yeah, where is it? Um, there we go. Here we go. It says, so it goes, yeah, and so, but yeah, somebody's lying. I can see the vibes on Ack. Okay, even he looking compromised. Let's peel the layers back. Ain't no brownie points for beating your chest, harassing ant. Effing with good people make good people go to bat. Yeah, that point there. Effing with good people make good people go to bat. You understand that? You understand? Yeah, get me. Conspiracies about cash, dog. That's not even the leak, right? Find the jewels like cash, though. I just need you to think. Are you finally ready to play? Have you ever? Let's see. Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? Fake bully, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it. Everyone in your team is whispering that you deserve it. You can't tootsie slide up or out of this one. It's you can't tootsie slide up out of this one. It's just gonna resurface. Every dog gotta have its day. Now live in your purpose. It was fun until you started to put the money in the streets, then lost money because they came back with no receipts. I'm sorry I live a boring life. I love peace, but war ready if the world ready. Well, war ready if the world is ready to see you. You know what I'm saying? And look, the reason why I'm saying those bars there, or reading out those bars from Kendrick Lamar from 616 in LA, there's a reason why he made that tune. And I know in height, like in Euphoria, he says back to back. I like that record. I'm gonna get back to that for the record. That was his 616 in LA, that back to back. I don't think people really, if you pay attention, there is a like Kendrick that's a storyteller, but he always there's a strategic, creative art in how he does it. You know what I mean? Anyway, look at me, man.
4 p.m. in Calabasas record, and I mean after Drake literally defended his first major issue from being exposed for using ghostwriters by saying he was only using it for collaboration and he would never do it with the real lyrical songs like the timestamp records, which of course he is presenting and we always heard as his most personal and important songs lyrically. I mean now with two of these, if these reference tracks are true, I don't want to hear it. Drake is done and his rap legacy is fully invalidated because if even on your most lyrical and personal
Hey, no, wait. It's the way he said, I don't want to hear it. He's done. Nah, I don't think there's anyone in this world that hates Drake the way that this brother hates Drake. No, wait, nah, I'm reading it up. No, wait.
as there was another one he released, which was for Drake's 4 p.m. in Calabasas record, and I mean after Drake literally defended his first major issue from being exposed for using ghostwriters by saying he was only using it for collaboration and he would never do it with the real lyrical songs like the timestamp records, which of course he is presenting and we always heard as his most personal and important songs lyrically. I mean now with two of these, if these reference tracks are true, I don't want to hear it. Drake is done and his rap legacy is fully invalidated because if even
Why is that done so loud? Why is that done? The way he said Drake is done. No,
named
wait.
Mula, who is not the user who is giving us all of this information, but has been a ghostwriter for Drake for a certain period of time. And now the reference tracks did not stop there, as there was another one he released which was for Drake's 4 p.m. in Calabasas record, and I mean after Drake literally defended his first major issue from being exposed for using ghostwriters by saying he was only using it for collaboration and he would never do it with the real lyrical songs like the timestamp records, which of course he is presenting and we always heard as his most personal and important songs lyrically. I mean now with two of these, if these reference tracks are true, I don't want to hear it. Drake is done and his rap legacy is fully invalidated because if even on your most lyrical and personal songs, other people are writing the story that listeners think you have been in control of, it's gonna be over to levels like we have never seen. But now beyond these first two reference tracks, which again, while we don't have enough proof to fully say that they are official, it does seem to fall right in line with the pattern of everything else we have seen from Drake. And just like we have found out more and more as time has went on, really no matter what the type of song is, from Quentin Miller and what he was doing on If You're Reading This It's Too Late, to all of the people like Party and Yachty who have done his melodic cuts, he does use these references for all types of songs. And outside of just the reference tracks, adding more validity to these claims and what's happening, as these reference tracks were being posted and at the same time, one of Kendrick Lamar's closest collaborators, Terrace Martin, came out and said how the party is fading away, and it almost seems like this could have been a response to Drake being exposed for even his pen being fully fake, based on just the timing of it all. From something like this, which is showing that Kendrick Lamar and his collaborators are still out there and seeing how the entire rap game has responded to his all-time victory, and ultimately what is going to end up creating an entire new problem like we have never seen for Drake if this is really the case. Because really, if these songs are proven to be ghostwritten, everything is going to be over for Drake like we have never seen, because now even the best parts of his legacy are
It's still kind of techie, yeah. Here's why. I swear to what. Let me find if I can get the lyrics. I'm not defending it. Don't get it twisted, because he actually did say out of his own mouth. You know what I mean? What he said on Rap Radar interview, like he did say what he said. So end of the day, but Easy E he said in April, he says Ice Cube writes the rhyme that I say. Get me? On some occasions, Big Daddy Kane would write for Biz Markie. Do you see what I'm say? On so and Jay Z has often wrote, and even Eminem has, and even Snoop Dogg have often wrote for Dr. Dre. Now listen, we know Shy, what's his name? Shy the Prince, whatever his name is. Like he is often a writer for Kanye West. So I'm not here defending Drake. Don't get that. Don't ever get that twisted. I'm just saying, you know what I mean. If there is any, I'm not gonna say if there is. Sorry, if there is any hope in Drake's career still sustaining at any level, you know what I mean. Even because he still had his core fan base, he will always have that. So at the end of the day, they don't care about all that. You know what I mean? They don't care. Like, I promise you, they don't care. Especially if you're not for the culture or from the culture, they don't care. They don't care about the rules of the game. Do you understand? They don't care. And even if they did care, they still wouldn't care because to them it's Drake. You know what I mean? There's like you have to understand when it comes to music artists or even comes to actors or whatever or entertainers or celebrities, there's some things that they do in their life or whatever that has a connection to part of their lives. So they're gonna hold that artist or that celebrity or whatever dear to them. That's just facts. Doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter what they done. And okay, maybe there's some things that they may have done like that's immoral or unethical or do you know what I mean? Just straight up demonic. You know what I mean? Then maybe they'll step away from that particular celebrity. Do you know what I mean? That can happen. Yeah. But aside from that, if you're talking about music, this means nothing. I'll be honest, this means nothing. I'm just keeping it all the way 100. Yeah, hit the subscribe button if you agree. Hit the subscribe button if you don't agree. Same thing if you like. Get me? If you agree, like. If you disagree, like. You know what I mean? Share as well. Let's go.
are going to be in question. What's now happening is this information is out and people are listening and trying to figure out what's really going on with these reference tracks. It's all coming down to one thing, which is that if this mysterious user is going to be able to connect everything we are seeing more and just give us definitive proof that this rapper really has been Drake's pen for some of his most pivotal songs, and seemingly when it comes to this, as the user is at least acting like he has more Drake reference tracks for songs around this time, as he just posted another reference for Drake's song Draft Day, for example. They do seem like they are prepared to tell us more, and who knows what else they are holding on to, because with some of the other announcements and comments he is already alluding to, it really does seem like they may have more info on Drake that is not related to ghostwriting, and that is going to reveal a lot more that is going to surprise us. And so now with this, and again, this really feeling like this sequel to the situation that we saw when everything about Drake and the origin of Meet the Grams was coming to light. First off, what we are seeing is that Drake really has made so many different people who he has encountered across his career so mad, because for just multiple different people to be doing things like this, it is wild in of itself. Because again,
What did Kendrick say in 616 in LA? Should we go back to it? What did he say? Hold on. Let's go back to it. He said fake. Hold on. I'm gonna go back from here. Yeah, somebody's lying. I can see the vibes on act. Even he looking compromised. Let's peel the layers back. Ain't no brownie points for beating your chest, harassing ant. Effing with good people make good people go to bat. That's exactly what's happening right now with these particular leaks. Do you know what I mean? That's what is happening. You can't even deny that's what's because I'm not saying I don't even know who this person is on an individual level. I don't know who they are. I personally don't. But if they have been working for them and or working with Drake and you know what I mean, and they you know I don't know how to put this. Like it's just insane the way things are happening and transpiring the way that they are transpiring. Because I would have never thought that this would happen. But it's just ironic that Kendrick Lamar has this timestamp song, and now we know why. And the irony is that obviously I'm reacting to this on the day on the anniversary of when like that dropped. Do you know what I mean? However, it just happens to be the day before, or the day before, or 2 days before the anniversary of like that drop. So the timing is very interesting for me. Yeah, the timing is very interesting. But you make that, I just don't understand. This is why I like, if you believe in God, good. Like, this is why I believe in God, and I try to do the best I can on a personal level to try and do things morally right and ethically right and stuff like that. And obviously, I'm not perfect, because there's going to be some things I say and do where, like, it's not an excuse, but there's going to be some things where, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to explain, and I don't want to give excuses, but knowing how human I am. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm not perfect, but the point I'm trying to make is, it's moments like this that make me realize even more to make sure, you do the best you can, really, by living right. Like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm not saying everyone should be perfect. I'm not saying you should be perfect. I'm just saying what I'm saying. And if you understand, you understand. I ain't trying to preach. I'm not trying to do none of that. I'm just keeping it all in 100, because I'm like, yo, look, there's a reason why Drake was making these timestamp records. Yeah, cool. Obviously, because he was releasing music, and whoever's working with, he's working with. Cool, whatever. All right. But then there's a reason why Kendrick back to back was 616 in a day. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why. And it'll be very interesting to see what time they released this. Was this 616? 616? Let me
And
know.
when has something like this happened to other artists? Because really, it does not seem like there are many other people in the industry who have made this many problems with people and who also have this much stuff that can ruin their reputation. But now beyond that, and way more important, what we are now starting to see and happen around Drake more and more as a whole, and maybe revealing to us how in this next era of his career, everything is just going to look so bad because of all of the poor choices he has made, is that from the DMs coming out to now this right after, as Drake is now in a situation with his label that is getting much
I didn't
worse
even
and is
see the
creating
DM.
more
Let me
and more
go to the
problems for him, as he is trying to say they have done more and more awful things about what they have done to his career. Now Drake has really put himself in a position where the people who he has worked with and who made him a superstar at a time do not want to ever help him again because he went fully against them. And for Drake, and I really think this is showing how he just never thought things fully through, and I think that's going to be the lesson and story we all see from this ultimately, is that really, as Drake used to be so high up and important to the entire music industry that there was literally a point where he could release anything, and no matter what it was, between his name being on it and with their full support, it would never fail. And so with this, when you are in that circle of artists, which Drake was, which just like people such as Taylor Swift, for example, Drake was so important to that same label that they didn't just help him, but because of the proximity and how important everything his name was on was, they knew everything about his creative process and what went into him making all of the music that he did. And because of this, you have to at least question if all of Drake's secrets are coming to light now, because they are no longer trying to hide the truth about this artist, because they don't care about his perception, because he decided, of course, to go against them. Because really, I am sure Drake's label has reference tracks and material that would be way worse than even these, but when you think about all of this stuff going on through that lens, when you look at the timing of all of this, with these claims coming out about Drake right now, all of this being connected or happening in response to one another does seem very likely. And again, while Drake fans are saying it's fake, it really just seems like the people who made sure it seemed like he won a rap beef when he lost it in actuality in the past are now just not doing everything they can to help him. And really, from that premise, and when you start to think about how comments dating back since an album like Take Care, which said that everyone from Kendrick Lamar and The Weeknd to so many other MCs were helping Drake write on that record, I do think that part of this idea that even Drake's timestamp records have been ghostwritten has to have some truth behind it, because even with this beef, why was Drake not quick enough to be able to put out one of these songs or write a lyrical performance anywhere near this level, and instead just resorted to the gossip and drama we saw on Family Matters and then did whatever we saw on The Hard Part 6, and again, even with the notion of Drake just bringing all of this paperwork and claims into rap beef, which has made everything so messy. We have seen more and more that Drake doesn't just want to play by his own rules, but that he does not respect the path that others have had to follow to achieve their greatness status, and instead would rather do everything he can to take all that away and just do whatever he can to help himself at the expense of the entire history and lineage of rap music. And so with all of this, as we see the situation grow and we find out just how bad what Drake is hiding behind the scenes really is, get ready for the worst thing to happen to his entire rap legacy and the music you may like. Because with the way everything is going, and again, from the reference tracks and ghostwriters we know are real to all the other ways Drake has disrespected the rules that have defined hip-hop for so long and that every other rapper has always been aware and respecting of, things are only going to get more out of control from here, and when they do, Drake's going to be done with in a way that we could have never imagined just a little while ago, because really, with how bad all of this is gonna be, if we find out that Drake's pen has always been fraudulent, nobody is ever going to be able to come back from this or look at him the same way. Because really, just as Kendrick Lamar has said, when a rapper uses a ghostwriter, all you can do is sit and question what has happened. And so now with all of that said, let me know. What do you think about Drake getting exposed like we are seeing here? Do you think he really didn't write these songs? And what do you think is gonna happen next? Now this situation is genuinely wild and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. So if you made it to this point in the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And now if you want to see how in this time, things just got much worse for Drake and even this situation, because his DMs coming out have already shown how weird and different he is behind the scenes, check out the suggested video.
The original old school rap. You know you know. But yeah, man, let me know what your thoughts are. I find it very. You know what? Yeah. Do you know what my genuine thoughts are in regards to this whole situation? I genuinely feel like obviously he's being exposed for a reason, yeah. It's not about him being exposed, because we already known we already known him to have ghostwriters. You know what I mean? We knew about this. We knew about this. So I don't know. But for the evidence to be there like that, that's yeah. Yeah, let's see what people are saying though in the comments real quick. There was something else I wanted to react to. In fact, I'll just leave it. By the way, Drake fans don't care about ghostwriters. I told you, Drake fans do not care about ghostwriters. All they care is about the song they like, and that's it. You know what I mean? If they can vibe to it, they vibe to it. That's simple as it gets. They care less about rap culture than Drake does. Exactly. I said it. Most of them don't really care about hip hop culture like that. They're not for the culture or from the culture. So that's as simple as that gets. So Kendrick found out Drake wasn't a real rapper when they was on tour together. Facts. Facts. He found out. He found out. Drake's still going off the reaction. What is going on? Drake is the biggest industry plant. That's the definition of industry plant, people. Anyway, I know I'll do another reaction another time to show you why Drake has been an industry plant. You know what I mean? What defines him, or not just that, but what defines an industry plant? Because Drake was that. He's no longer industry plant now. Do you know what I mean? The way things are going. But anyway, let's keep moving. Um, Now when it comes to Drake, um, even Kendrick Lamar said it in his time stamp this song 16 in LA. If you pay attention, this was bound to happen. Do you know what I mean? This was bound to happen. This was bound. Um, yeah, man. This is a scary thought, though. It's a genuine scary thought when you're. Do you know what I mean? It's a scary thought. But anyway,